Hello everyone and welcome to Gamers Conclave. We are back with episode 7 of our Battleborn build series and we'll focus on Thorn. This is our cursed Huntress build. Thorn is one hell of a sniper, it can deal a lot of damage. Let's jump into it. Alright, an overview of her ability page. Her passive, Nature's Curse, is going to charge your arrows whenever you draw your arrows and hold them. They will charge. Whenever you hit a target, they become cursed. Cursed targets will take additional damage, and I believe they'll take some damage over time. Skill 1 is Volley. You're going to fire 5 arrows in a row. They're going to ricochet. Each arrow is going to deal some damage. Skill 2 is Blight. You're going to summon an AoE field that will deal damage in its target area for anything that stands in the AoE field. And Wrath of the Wild is our ultimate. It's going to be a brief charge. Then she's going to throw out this massive nuke that will just destroy anything it touches. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's jump into her helix. Alrighty, at level 1 we have Brutal Blight on the left, Piercing Volley on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the increased blight damage. And the target penetration on Volley. Very useful skill. Alright, for our build, we're going to maximize the potential of Blight, so we're going to take Brutal Blight on the left and deal more damage with AoE. Volley, piercing through multiple targets, can be useful though, it can help with wave clear, but we're going to focus on our Blight for wave clear. Moving on to level 2, we have 3 options here. We have Cursed Earth on the left, the Weight is over on the mid, and Distant Blight on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the Cursed effect from standing in Blight. You get a visual cue on that. I don't know if you can see it with the green on Galea. Alright, the big damage boost on the final tick with the Weight is over. And the increased cast distance on Blight. Alright, once again, we're maximizing the potential from Blight with this build. So we're going to take the Weight is over. The final tick of Blight will deal 300% more damage. Absolutely awesome. Go with the Mutation. Moving on to level 3, we have Draw Strength on the left, Burst Propulsion on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, your arrows penetrate multiple targets. We had a hard time showing this, hopefully you can see. Tagging Galea, and the arrows are going through and hitting the Varelsi. And the 100 extra damage on your melee attack. Alright, now doing 100 damage on a melee is pretty cool. However, with Thorn, you're going to be keeping your distance because she's a sniper, so we're going to go with arrows penetrate multiple targets. It's going to help with wave clear, and as you're going to be using your arrows more than you will be in melee range. So go with Draw Strength on the left. Moving on to level 4, we have 3 choices again. We have Kershek's Judgment. Don't know if I'm saying that right. It looks right. Splinter on the Mutation, and Knockout on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, Volley is going to curse on hit. Splinter is, hopefully you can tell, kind of hard to show it, everything got affected there. And then the increased arrows on Volley. Alright, now this was changed on, I believe, around the winter update, or maybe the update after. I'm not too certain on the timeline there. Splinter used to be a focus with Volley. I forget what it was called, the exact name, but you would lose 2 arrows, I believe, on the shot, and it would deal like 30 or 60% more damage, something like that. I missed that skill. It was awesome. Splinter seems cool. It looks cool in the description, but you know, as you can see, I just don't see enough use for it. I miss the other one a lot. I miss the old mutation. Getting a wider arc is a good choice with knockout. This is going to help wave clear, but we're going to go with volley arrows, curse targets on hit. We're going to go with Curse X Judgment on the left. All right, moving on to level 5, we have Hex Tension on the left. Gotta love these names again. Fiendish Curse on the mid, and Hex Inaugurnation. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I do apologize, on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the increased bonus damage on Curse. I'll be able to see it better now. Look at that, that's awesome. It was a lot of fun killing Galileo in this video. Shield penetration. Okay, this was a little hard to show because we had to actually curse the target before we get the shield penetration, so we are going to show you that now. There you go. And then the extra bleed damage on Curse. Awesome. You just put up massive numbers with this ability. Especially when you combine Curse on hit with volley and this skill, it is very, very useful. Alright, we're going to take the right choice, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that again, and do a plus 144 damage over 8 seconds. It's going to allow additional bleed damage with Curse. You're going to see it's going to come in handy a lot, especially with volley cursing on hit. It's very, very useful. Moving on to level 6, we have Swamp Foot on the left and Swift Volley on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, you get the slow on Blight. I miss this being at level 1 so much. And the cooldown time on volley. Alright guys, this one's a no-brainer. It's easy for, as I said, with this build, our Curse Huntress build, we're maximizing the potential with Blight. So we're going to go with Swamp Foot and slow targets who are damaged by Blight. Moving on to level 7, we have Eagle Eye on the left, Phasing Arrows on the right, and Vaulting Hunter on... I'm sorry, we have Phasing Arrows on the Mutation, and then Vaulting Hunter on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the increased accuracy, Eagle Eye. KO. Alright, the shield penetration. 75%. It's whatever. Can be useful with a Cleese. And this is actually one of my favorite things to do with Thorn. Picking this Helix and just jumping everywhere. Get the increased height, allows you to move to better vantage points. Alright, since with Thorn we want to be moving a lot and getting to vantage points for sniping, we're going to go with Vaulting Hunter on the right. The 50% accuracy is okay, and the shield penetrations, I mean, it's fine. But Vaulting Hunter is the best with Thorn. It's going to allow you to jump around at a greater height, just really harass people, and I said again, you want to get to those vantage points so you can get some good sniping out of it. Moving on to level 8, we have Enduring Blight on the left, and Fell Wind on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the increased duration on Blight makes that thing last forever. It's awesome. And the movement speed boost whenever you touch blight. Great for escapes. Alright, now if we needed an escape, the 30% movement speed while touching the blight field would be nice. However, having that jump ability that we just took on the last helix, we have a pretty good way of escaping. And again, as I said before, this is about increasing the maximum potential of blight, so we're going with enduring blight on the left, have the 3 seconds to the duration. Moving on to level 9, we have Archer's Bone on the left, Kershak's Rage on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, the 48 health per arrow from volley, and then the increased damage to volley before, and we're going to show you after here. There you go, look at that. Nice. Alright, we're going to go with Archer's Bone on the left and get some healing off of our arrows. All Eldred don't have shields. Keep that in mind. You guys should know that. If not, here you go. They don't have shields. They have a mild health regeneration in its place. So having anything that can help sustain and keep alive, because I don't feel like the 7% health regeneration beats having a shield. That's just me. So we're going to go with Archer's Bone on the left and help with some survivability. Moving on to level 10, we have Wild Judgment on the left, Trap Training on the Mutation, and Earth Render on the right. Let's take a look at each one. Alright, I never really liked this skill, and we don't get a target on this, but it just shows the bounce. I feel like that'd be useful for some wave clear. And then this one's cool. It turns it into a mine. And this is the most useful version of the helixes on level 10. Alright, we are going to go with Earth Render and leave behind a Blight field whenever we do Wrath of the Wild. We can also activate our own Blight, so you can have 2 Blight fields up and just do a massive amount of damage to everything. The other 2 skills don't seem useful enough to me. Sorry, just nothing beats their Earth Render in my mind. So that's your choice. That is the build. We hope you guys liked it. Let's move on to her gear. Alright, for Thorn, we use her legendary. It will allow Nature's Curse instantly charged at full draw. We also go with some maximum health, increased survivability, and some damage. And I like this one because it gives me some extra attack damage. If you have something similar, I highly recommend going with it. And again, this is recorded after the update. I just noticed the reduced activation cost on legendaries. That's awesome. I wonder how that is going to affect things. We will have to wait and see. Alright, with Thorn, guys, she is a very small hitbox. She's of a slender build, so it's really good for her to be jumping around a lot if you're going to use her. Jump around a lot, be hard to hit. You're already hard to hit as it is. Lay out blight fields wherever you can. When you get her legendary up as quick as you can, spread that bleed damage around. Remember, they take more damage whenever they are under the effects of Nature's Curse, so just keep that in mind. That's it, guys. That's it for the Thorn video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We have more coming on the way. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.